Well, the FIBA Games just recently concluded, and no one is currently feeling more vindicated than world champion sprinter Noah Lyles. Germany took home the gold and now have full authorization to call themselves world champions, which they're doing quite a bit. On the other hand, Team USA finished the FIBA Games with a mediocre 5-3 record and didn't win a single medal, which I'm not gonna lie, is an embarrassment to our country, and as a lifelong American basketball fan, I'm still not over it. Well, now the United States is mad, and understandably, the best basketball players in the US are determined to redeem themselves and restore the red, white, and blue to the top of the basketball world. At the time I'm writing this script, many of the best NBA players have unofficially committed to representing the US in the 2024 Olympic Games. Those players include LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Bam Adebayo, Draymond Green, and De'Aaron Fox. Apparently, Chris Paul has also expressed interest in joining the team. But I'm not gonna lie, considering how they already have 12 other elite players committed, he might struggle to get a roster spot. In a matter of minutes, people started calling this hypothetical USA team the Levengers, and I gotta be honest, I'm hyped as heck to see it. Although I was frustrated by the lack of superstar turnout for the USA team in the FIBA competition, I am rather pleased to see that so many of our USA players have enough pride that they'll sacrifice their summer of relaxation time to put the US back on the mountaintop. Now, as an older basketball fan, I gotta say, I love seeing so many young basketball fans on social media getting excited and being filled with American pride for the response to these FIBA games. But here's the funny part that many people seem to be missing. This is nothing new for USA basketball. This is literally history repeating itself, as this has become a main theme of our country when it comes to the international competition. Let me explain with a bit of a history lesson. The Basketball Olympics officially began in 1936, and from that point until 1968, the US won the gold medal in all 7 Olympic events between those years. Simply put, the US had an absolute stranglehold on the game of basketball for nearly 4 decades. As time went on, the rest of the world continued to improve, and although the US was still usually the gold medal winners, they no longer looked untouchable when compared to the rest of the competition. And then, in the 1988 Olympics, the US received a wake-up call, as the Soviet Union defeated the United States in the gold medal game. And this was officially the beginning of the historical trend for USA basketball. The American competition was infuriated by the loss, to such an extent that they completely changed their approach to Olympic basketball. Up until that bronze medal in 1988, the US had never let their NBA players participate in the Olympic Games, but instead, they were being represented by the best collegiate players in the country. Well, all of that quickly changed as the US was determined to send a message to the world and assembled the 1992 Dream Team for the Barcelona Games. You guys know how this went. The Dream Team completely destroyed the competition, going undefeated in Barcelona and winning by an average of roughly 44 points per game. The US won the Olympic gold in 1996 and then won it again in the year 2000. But by that point, it was clear that the American NBA players were starting to get complacent, as the talent on the 2000 team wasn't quite as stacked as the previous 96 and 92 teams. By 2004, their arrogance had caught up to them, as they only went 5-3 in Athens, Greece, finishing those Olympic Games with an embarrassing bronze medal. And once again, the US competitors were angry and decided to start taking things seriously once again. In 2008, they had assembled the Redeem Team, famously led by the recently recruited Kobe Bryant, who was participating in Olympic competition for the first time in his basketball career. Although they executed their vengeance in Beijing by winning the gold medal, they didn't quite dominate the competition to the same extent that they did in 1992, which once again provided more evidence that the gap was closing between the US and the rest of the world. The US won the gold in 2012 and in 2016, but again, it was evident that the sense of urgency was wearing off, and complacency was setting in, as the 2016 team wasn't nearly as stacked as the 12 and 08 squads. Although the US won the gold in 2020, they also haven't won a FIBA Games tournament since 2014. And after this most recent failure to finish on the podium, the American NBA players have apparently had enough, as we are once again responding with the A team, with vengeance on the mind. On one hand, it's very exciting to see the cycle repeating itself as the US super team is assembling once again. But it's also quite frustrating because we have to be knocked off the mountaintop in order for us to take international play serious enough to bust out the A team. I fully expect this cycle to continue where the US dominates, then gets complacent, they lose as a result, then they get angry, and then the cycle starts over again. But what I'm worried about is that this cycle won't continue forever. With the names who are unofficially committed to competing in 2024, I have a very hard time not seeing the US win the gold in the 2024 Olympics. But the day is coming, whether it's 10 years from now or 20 years from now, where the US gets angry at the previous defeat and responds with their team of vengeance, and even that team fails. When that day comes, it will certainly be a humbling day for United States basketball, and maybe that will be the kind of drastic event that it takes for the cycle to officially be broken. I love my country, and I firmly believe that at full strength, we're better than any other country at the game of basketball. But remember, the US was pretty much at full strength in 2008, and that gold medal game went down to the wire, regardless of the fact that the US was led by all-time greats like Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade. And just how much has the rest of the world improved in the last 15 years? Again, we gotta stop taking the international competition for granted, because all of these assumptions that will come out victorious as long as we're serious is eventually gonna backfire. With that being said, I doubt it will be in 2024, because this hypothetical team is absolutely stacked, and not just from the perspective of talent alone. But I actually love the way the playstyles complement one another, as KD can blend in with just about any roster, and LeBron finding Steph wide open on the perimeter is basically a match made in heaven. With LeBron operating as the floor general, and with an array of shooters like Steph, Damian Lillard, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker, they will be absolutely raining threes on the opposing countries at an extremely efficient rate. And then, with interior defenders like Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, and Draymond Green, there will be basically zero easy baskets in the painted area for the rest of the world. Then you even have to factor in the player progression for the younger stars on the squad, as Jason Tatum and Anthony Edwards will likely be even better by the time these Olympic Games roll around. There should also be a high level of chemistry with this group, as there is a lot of familiarity between all the different teammates. Steph, Durant, and Draymond know extremely well what it's like to play with one another. LeBron and Kyrie have that familiarity, and obviously so do AD and LeBron as well. If these quote Levengers assemble as expected, then this will be the first USA team since 2012 that can at least somewhat match up to the level of talent of the original Dream Team. But now, I'm starting to get ahead of myself. Now I want to hear your perspective on things. Would this hypothetical USA team be strong enough to challenge the 2008 Redeem Team or the 1992 Dream Team? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.